What about decorum? Have we forgot about decorum? That's the caption of this lady's video when she's discussing the crazy things that her ex used to do instead of just abiding by her boundaries. Instead of just following a simple instruction or a simple request, he would go with the nuclear option. Now, I haven't seen this video all the way through, and yeah, it's a reaction video. I'm going to give my thoughts. All right, let's get it. And yes, I will link her video in the description if you want to watch her video all the way through. Follow her on TikTok or whatnot, you will see it. Okay, here we go.
Tell me why in my last relationship, men are so insane, because tell me why in my last relationship was very serious. We're like living together, whole shebang. And at one point I noticed that he was following a lot of like OF girls, a lot of, girls who posted a lot of inappropriate content. None of them followed him back. He didn't know any of them in real life. He had really like no excuse or rhyme or reason to be following them, right?
So I'm stopping right there really quick. You get people in real life, like people, men, women, people like who are following people they shouldn't be following, and they don't really have an excuse. It's just like, well, I like to look at them. There's validation. Oh, I didn't. If you question them about it, it'll always be something like, well, I just hit the follow button. I didn't realize I was following them. Or they'll try to focus on you and tell you that you're insecure and that you're making something out of nothing, that you are just out of this world with that thinking. They'll try to gaslight you and make it seem like you're the problem, not them and who they're following, men, women, whoever.
And so at one point I was like, I followed him back. He didn't know any of them in real life. He had really like no excuse or rhyme or reason to be following them, right? And so at one point I was like, hey, when you're scrolling through your IG and it's just like ass, maybe we can clean that up a little bit. Because when I'm scrolling through mine, it's not abs. You know what I mean? Like, let's be respectful. Let's keep it monogamous like we agreed to. And let's maybe remove those girls, right? And his first response was, I'll just delete all my social media.
Yep, what I say. I didn't watch the whole video, y'all, but because I like to just give you the genuine reaction. Yes, yes, yeah. They would rather delete the whole page, delete the whole I'll just delete my TikTok. I'll just delete my Facebook. I'll just delete my Instagram. I'll just delete it. I'll delete my Snapchat. That doesn't address the actual issue at hand, y'all. It doesn't. That's the nuclear option. That's the overreaction. That's the overreach. They're trying to make it seem like you're some type of like drill sergeant, like you're drilling them, and they would just rather just delete it and not deal with it. But think about this right here, y'all. They're deleting it. They might block the person, but it's not what they actually want to do. They don't actually want to do this. They're just doing it because they feel like they're being told to.
I don't want you to delete all of your social media. I just want you to stop liking these pictures, stop interacting with these girls, like unfollow the OF accounts. You know what I mean? That's just like a boundary for me, and I would prefer that you would just do it. I'm just gonna delete everything. I'm just gonna delete it all because you can't. You're so insecure. Like it's just always gonna be a problem. I'll just delete it.
Don't I be calling this? Don't I be calling y'all? Yes, I have narcissistic personality disorder. I'm not saying that her person or ex was a narcissist. I don't know if they're together or not, but then I call it. Didn't I call it? Didn't I call it? They always try to focus on making it sound like you're insecure because you're doing something that makes them uncomfortable. They are doing something that makes you uncomfortable. So that automatically means you're insecure. It just like automatically attack you instead of addressing the actual issue at hand. What I say? I'll be calling this. I really do. I just want to bring her page up before we get too deep into the video.
No, if you literally just...
Oh, hold on. I want to bring her page up before we get too deep in the video. It is Sydney Jordan. Sydney with a C. I've never seen it spelled like that, but it's a very unique spelling. Yeah, check her stuff out, y'all. But I told you, the nuclear option. I'll be on this. I'll be on it. That's what I saw you. I get hype.
Follow them, it won't be a problem. So like, I'm like, no, you can still have your social media. I want you to have your social media so you can interact with your friends and family and see people's posts and you can post your stuff. Like, I want to be shown off too, but I just don't want you to like be following these OF girls, right? It's not
simple.
That big of an ask. It's a handful of girls. You can just unfollow them. No, nothing ever is ever going to be good enough for you. I'm just going to delete it. Okay, fine, delete your social media then. I was like pissed. I'm like, I don't want you to delete your social media. I want to still be able to like send you memes and all this stuff too. I just want you to stop interacting with the content, like inappropriate content. And I feel like that's not that big of an ask, right? But
so it's not that big of an ask. I'm gonna replay this report in a second. It's not that big of an ask, but they make it seem like you're asking them to cut off an arm. Pick an arm, right arm or left arm. You need to choose one. And then you got to beat yourself over the head with the one you decide to cut off. It is insane, y'all. They try to make it seem like it's a big issue. But I'm just telling you, like I said earlier, if they delete it, if they block whoever you're asking them to block, because sometimes they'll just say, I'll block this person or whatever. But it's only because you ask them to. It's not because they want to. So they will resent you for this. narcissistic person, toxic person, whoever, they will resent you for this. A healthy-minded individual that wants to have a good relationship with you won't throw this type of fit. They'll come to you. They'll come to you and just be like, "Oh, this making you uncomfortable? Okay, I didn't realize it. So I'll go ahead and delete them people right now. Sorry, like I said, thanks for bringing me to that. Thanks for bringing that to my attention, so we can handle that in a timely manner, so that it doesn't bother us later on. Thanks. Y'all kiss, make up, clap cheeks, whatever. Right? Okay.
But he couldn't do it, so he just had to delete everything. And then great content, and I feel like that's not that big of an ask, right? But he couldn't do it, so he just had to delete everything. And then when we broke up, he told all of his friends and family that I forced him to delete his social media, and I wouldn't let him be on social media because I was so insecure. And anytime a single girl would ever pop up, even his friends and family, I would get so pissed and freak out. No. Wow. Anytime that it was like literally like bare ass on the feed, and I'd be like, dude, like you told me you were gonna unfollow these type of people, but you're still following them. Why?
Because you get some type of weird validation from that. Like you look in the comment section, you'll see people just talking like men like this, people like this are addicted to corn with a P. And the corno addiction makes them just seek out people like that, right? They'll pretend, like the crazy thing about it is a lot of times they'll pretend like they're not attracted to that type of person, right? They'll describe this person as somebody that they're not attracted to, or they got a high body count, they're a whore, they're this, they are that. But that's the type of person they be actually secretly wanting. They be secretly wanting to sleep with these people. They try to make it seem like to degrade the person that they're actually interested in. And then again, they'll lie to their friends and family about you to try to make it seem like you're the bad guy. She was this ball busting, just bad person, and she made me block all of y'all. She was jealous of everybody. Every time a single person popped up, she would lose her mind. She was the wicked witch of the East. You know what I mean? It's insane how they do this, y'all.
And he just couldn't control himself, so he had to delete the.
No discipline. They absolutely have no discipline.
But you're still following them. Why? And he just couldn't control himself, so he had to delete the entire app. And he, at the time, he'd be like, oh yeah, I deleted it to focus on my work, focus on my job, whatever. No, he deleted it because he could not control himself. He had like no impulse control. He also had an adult content addiction. That was a whole different thing, whatever. But I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why are you lying and like making everything so dramatic, right? But then I realized my most recent relationship, right off the bat, before we became exclusive, I was like, hey, if you're following OF girls, like half naked girls, girls you used to hook up with, whatever, not for me. Like, not for me. And you are totally within your right to say, oh, I feel like that's controlling or that's insecure, I don't want to date you.
Yep.
And then not follow through on the relationship, right?
In the beginning, yes, let it be known in the beginning. And people, like I said, will some people just agree to do something for you in the beginning if that makes you uncomfortable? To just, oh, hey, I don't need this type of stuff. Let's work. I like you. Let's make this work. But some people will do it just because they want to sleep with you, just because they want to manipulate you, just because they want to get something from you. Food, shelter, water, whatever it is. So people will absolutely lie their whole entire asses off in these situations right here, y'all. They absolutely will. You get that mindset, the mentality that they will do this. They will absolutely do all of this, y'all. It's crazy.
But instead, he was like, oh yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Like, I wouldn't want you doing that either, so I'll go ahead and follow through with that. Great. Months went by. Months where I would have to, like, it was like pulling teeth. I'm like, dude, you're still following these girls. Like, unfollow these girls. Well, I unfollowed everyone I hooked up with. Okay, but you're still following the OF girls. Like, unfollow the OF girls. Okay, I'll unfollow.
So yeah.
Follow them. He would never fucking do it. I would literally have to go through and be like, dude, you're still following them. I just checked. Your following didn't change. Like, I'm not going.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. Leave these type of, yeah, I'm gonna be real. I gotta keep it frank right here. Leave this type of person. You have to. Like, how much time left in her video? It's a couple minutes. It's a couple seconds left. She's gonna probably say she broke up with him or something like that. But leave this type of person. Again, leave that type of person because they don't really want to be around you. They don't like being told what to do. Your boundaries, any type of boundaries that you have, yeah, I'm just telling you, they're going to try to violate it. If you let them get away with it once, they'll just keep doing it over and over again. Because if you keep having to repeat something to them, it's like you're dealing with a child. It really is like you're dealing with a damn kid. Do you want to be dealing with a person with this mental capacity, right? And I can understand the other perspective on it as well, right? If people were to come out and just say, well, Lee, it is kind of controlling or whatever, to tell you who you can and can't follow. Yeah, it could seem that way, right? Let's be real. It could absolutely seem that way. It could be a controlling aspect, especially if they tell you can't follow your best friends, your homeboys, homegirls, whatever. And then it can get deep in there, like, y'all don't like your mom, block your mom. You know, it can get very, very deep, right? So it could come off as controlling sometimes. But like, again, say it in the beginning. Put this stuff on the table in the beginning and let people determine what they're okay and or not okay with. If they say they're okay with it, but they go back on their promise, that's a liar. You see what I'm saying? That's somebody who just saying things to get what they want and just try to make it, I just don't date that person. Sometimes you have to be able to leave that person and walk away from that person in order to protect your peace. Because this person, she said she had 2 people like that. 2. You see what I'm saying? There's two relationships back to back. So it's just like if they're not really willingly wanting to do it, like that's something you have to understand, right? That really is something that you have to understand, something that you have to get a grasp on, because they're going to do it because they want to do it. This is the type of stuff they want to do. This is the type of people that they want to be following. They're already following them. Go through my stuff. You might see some people like that on my stuff, but it's not because people see. I've had people hop in my comment section and talk about the people that I follow, right? Lee, you following this person right here. I was like, and my wife is right here knowing exactly who I follow. And like I've discussed that with her because like I follow when I do coaching calls with people, I tell people, hey, look, follow me on Instagram. If you have anything else you want to ask me or whatever, just hit me a message on Instagram. So I follow them on Instagram. It's nothing like I'm sitting over there just like, ooh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Boundaries. My wife said, hey, delete those people. They'd be deleted. And no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I wasn't following them in the first place. Like, I didn't come into the relationship with a bunch of, dirty pages, corn pages or whatever. And like I said, this can go for women as well. It's not just men. It'd be women as well. Like she just said, abs. Women can do that too. Like, you're not going to control me, blah, 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 boo, 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 beep, beep, beep. But anyways, y'all, check her page out. Here you go, y'all. I'm just pulling her page up so y'all can see her name on here again. It's Sydney Jordan. The link to her full video will be in the comment section, y'all. I mean, in the description of the video. I always link it. And people keep coming out. This is a reaction channel. You're supposed to pause and react. You can't just play other people's videos all the way through. That's copyright stuff. So people just like, gotta let the video play all the way through. No, this is 3-minute video. Her video is 3 minutes. I'm going to sit right there 3 minutes and not talk. No. But you see the corno addiction stuff in the comment section. Sydney Jordan on TikTok. I'm not sure if she has a YouTube. I'll check and see if she has a YouTube channel. Anyways, y'all, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.